OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming. Now, as you hear the name, it said Object-Oriented Programming. So you get a sense already that we're going to be writing code that is focusing more on the object and the classes. So Python is an OOP language. Allows you to structure your code using classes and objects for a better way to be able to organize and reuse the programs that you write. Okay, so let's open on Notepad a file to be able to take a note. What is OOP? Py. So create the file. There's a reason why this is one of the most best way to write our programs. One of them is it provides a clear structure to the program. It provides a clear structure of our program. It helps us or prevents us from writing dry code. Dry stands for don't repeat yourself. So we tend to do this a lot when we're not writing our programs in an object-oriented manner. I remember I was doing a project on a shopping cart, and my object, I was writing code that was repeating itself for all the objects. I kept defining functions with the same program but for different objects. I had to write it 2 times. So object-oriented programming prevents that. So which means it will lead to you writing lesser code, right? So it will allow you to write cleaner and short reusable code. So those are the 3 main advantages I'd say maybe they come to mind when I think of some of the advantages of object-oriented programming. Okay, so I've spoken a lot about classes and objects, but what are those, right? What are classes and objects? What are those? So one would say maybe a class is a constructor or the blueprint. A class is a object constructor or blueprint. Okay, that determines how our object should maybe our object should look like, how our object should look like, and maybe create some object that is based on a class. So the object is based on the class at the end. So object is based on the class. Okay, so let's look at maybe an example. Okay, let's make an example of a class example. Maybe let's say fruits. Yeah, let's say fruit. I like fruits, right? Let's say fruits. Okay, so fruits is a collectiveness of certain fruits like bananas and oranges and all that stuff. So it is the class. It is the class. So we would say the fruit is the class, and then we would have the object. Okay, so let's say class is the fruit, and then the object maybe, well, you can name the fruits on that. Okay, you can name fruits, maybe we can say banana, apple, no matter which fruit that you want and whatever you want to do with it. So like I said, I did a project without using object-oriented programming, and I had to repeatedly write the same program for each fruit when I was defining functions. So maybe let's add some oranges, right? Those are the top 3. Okay, maybe some grapes. I like grapes so much. So yes, we can look at other examples, maybe cars, maybe you know, animals, there's so many things that just cover the whole spectrum, and even planets. Yeah, planets. Yeah, so almost everything in Python is basically an object, and an object has its own properties and and methods itself. So we would say that a class is the constructor and blueprint of the object.